the novelty of being a foreigner when I was, again, 2007, 2008, there was still somewhat of a novelty, so to speak. And there still is to a certain degree. But I was under the impression before study abroad that I was going to be the only foreigner that most Japanese people had ever talked to or seen. And not only was that not the case at all, I was usually like the 50 or 60th foreigner. But I think that even more so, that's like in recent years, that's even, what would you say, the novelty has worn off even more. So I think that if you plan on going to Japan and you're secretly hoping that you'll be popular just because you're a foreigner, which I think a lot of people think that way, including myself, like my past self. It's good to know that it's not good to know. You should know that not only is that not the case, but 9 times out of 10, Japanese people can pick up on the fact that you are like, hey, look how special I am because I'm a foreigner. And that's irritating. So just be like a normal person. That's the best thing to do in Japan as a foreigner, I think. So again, one, I think the novelty factor, the rareness of being a foreigner in Japan is wearing off for sure. And point number 2 is, I think that, and you guys probably have experienced this as well, but the amount of loan words, Western loan words that are being used in everyday Japanese has increased significantly since I started studying Japanese. So one of the movies that I talk about constantly on my Patreon series is 12人の優しい日本人. It's called The Gentle 12 in English. And I think it was made in like 1990 or something like that. But the Japanese in that movie, besides for like the opening scene where they're taking their drink orders and saying like, kohi, melon soda, banana juice. Besides that like opening scene, there is very, very little, there are very little loan words, English loan words in that movie. So if you like watch that movie to study Japanese, but then maybe watch like a mainstream Japanese YouTuber instead, the amount of loan words the difference in the amount of loan words that are being used is immediately noticeable for anyone that's above an intermediate level, I think.